All right, without further ado, let's answer the first question. First question, most of the time, many of us are either thinking about the past or planning or worrying about the future. What can one do to eliminate these bad habits? It is sometimes a challenge to stay in the present after a long day at work or at school. That's a good question. How do we, as we know, the universe, when we talk about the universe, what are the dimensions of the universe? First of all, it's either time and space. The universe, the characteristics, the two important characteristics of the universe is defined in terms of time and space. And in time, we have the past, the present, and the future. The past is already gone, but however, habitually we always attach to them. Past experiences could be good experiences, could be bad experiences, could be experiences that you would like to attach to them all your life, particularly if these experiences are worthy of memory. You think about the joy of the past, you think about happiness of the past, and even if it's unhappiness, even if it's grief-stricken experiences, you still think about them. And the Diamond Sutra said, the past is gone. Why do you still think about the past? It's not worth it to think about the past because the past will not come back. The past will not come back to the present. The past belongs to the past, but how come we always pull back the burden of the past and put it on our shoulder and to ponder on it, to worry about it, and to attach to them? So you have to train yourself to do it. You have to train yourself to forget about the past. Good or bad, forget about them. How do you do it? You need training. That's why we study the Diamond Sutra. When we become very unhappy because of thinking about the unhappy past, we will repeat to ourselves, I'm thinking about anapanasati, in breath and out breath. I'm breathing in, I'm thinking about the past now. I'm breathing out, I'm thinking about the past now. And that past is unhappy. I attach to it. In, I'm thinking about the past. Out, I'm thinking about the past. And it's not right. So I should not be thinking about it. In breath, I'm thinking about the present, the joyful present. Out breath, I'm thinking about the present, the joyful present, the peaceful present, the present that would put me in peace. And enjoy every moment now. Here and now, every moment is joyful, every moment is peaceful. I don't want to think about the past. So in the in and out breath, you always remind yourself you're not thinking about the past. You have to train yourself in not doing it. Habitually, you have been doing it. It does not mean that you keep on your bad habits. You try to reform, you try to change. If you don't try to change, you will always be absorbed in the miseries of the past, in the agonies of the past. Do you want to do that? Of course you don't. So you have to habitually train yourself not to think about the past. So that's the past. You always have to worry about the future. The future hasn't come. You worry about it. I'm breathing in, I'm thinking about the future, and I worry about the future. I'm breathing out, I'm worrying about my future in my thought. So you remind yourself, why are you doing anapanasati? Do you know now? Do you realize why you're doing it? I'm breathing in, is peace. I'm breathing out, is peace. But instead, I'm breathing in, I'm thinking about the future. I worry about it. I'm breathing out, I'm worrying about the future. It's not right. So you get rid of it. Throw away that worry. Throw away that future worry. So you have to train your mind to do it. You can't just talk about it. You can't just anapanasati in the temple, in the Buddhist meditation hall. That's the time, that is the only time you're doing anapanasati? No. That's just to give you a hint, just to give you an experience that you should be doing it every thought. Every thought you know, anapanasati. Every thought you know, in, out. I'm breathing in, I'm walking now. Oh, I'm not walking. I'm breathing in, I'm thinking about someone who committed suicide. And I feel worried about it. I'm breathing out. I don't like my past experience. I'm breathing out. So you realize it when you breathe in and out breath. And you get rid of those past, and you get rid of the future worry. And you just live in the present moment. And that present moment, you say, I enjoy that present moment. I'm now. Life is only available to you at the present moment. The past is not available to you anymore. You can't have access to it except you habitually attached to it. The present is what you've got. The present is what you've got. So do you want to ruin what you've got? How do you ruin what you've got? Oh, at the present, I'm worrying about the past, I'm worrying about the future. I didn't like my past. You ruin your present moment. Do you like to ruin your present moment? If you're intelligent, you would not like to ruin your present moment. Your present is at peace right now. And you're enjoying Mother Nature. You're enjoying the flower. You're enjoying the sunset. You're enjoying the gentle breeze that is blowing towards you. You are enjoying compassion of everybody. You're enjoying your lunch. You're mindful of every mouthful of your eating. You're enjoying it. But some people, when they're eating, they have every mouthful of food, but in their mind, they worry about the future, they thought about the past. You're not mindful of what you're eating. You are not doing mindfulness meditation. You did it when you are in the Buddhist hall, but you're not doing it when you're out. You wasted your training. That training is supposed to continue to linger on every moment. Not just here. And even when you are in here meditating, you're not doing it right. Your mind is millions of miles away. Your body is here meditating. But your mind is still thinking about the past, thinking about the future. Your body is here, but you're not here. You're wasting your time. You're worrying all the time. So that's why if you don't have the training of meditation, how can you train your tranquility, your serenity, your peacefulness? If you're always active every moment without reflecting within, how can you train yourself? I can imagine if people study the sutra and they never meditate. Meditation, to some people, you don't have to learn it. You just do it. You just practiced it. I remember there was someone asked a master, where do you learn your meditation? How do you learn your meditation? How many lessons you've got in your meditation? And the master said, I never learn it. It just come to me. When I'm in nature, when I'm walking, I'm in meditation. When I touch a flower, I'm in meditation. When I look at the beauty of the sunset, I'm in meditation. Because I enjoy the peacefulness of every moment now. I'm not frustrated on the past. I'm not worrying about the future. I enjoy every moment now. And I want to extend the enjoyment of every moment all the time, continuously. And if you do that, wonders come. The wonder of enlightenment comes. Because enlightenment only comes from peacefulness and not from worry. If you worry about it, if you have a temperament, if you are in a tantrum of temper, you are out from meditation. You are not what you are. You are not with quote unquote God. And there's another question here. And what is God? It says, What is God? God is only a word. How do I get close to God? Well, if you're always thinking about compassion, you're getting close to God. If you're always seeking the truth, you're getting close to God. If you're always peaceful, you're getting close to God. God is nothing but within you, that nature within you. When you touch a flower with compassion, enjoying that moment of peacefulness, you are God. The God is within you. You're looking at a beautiful sunset, you're peaceful. There's no worry in you. You are God. God is within, not looking for it outside. Every moment is God. Every moment is Buddha. From the perspective of a person, a Buddha is an enlightened person. From the perspective of spirituality, what is that Buddha? That Buddha is God. That Buddha is within you. That Buddha is nothing but peace. And you got that peace right now, here, at this moment. Not in the past, not in the future. It's right now. Do you want to get it right now? Right now you have it, but you don't realize it. You don't realize it. You still ask this question. Oh, I'm thinking about the past. I'm thinking about the future. How do I get to be better? You got it, and you still asked about it. What a waste. What a pity. You got it already, and you ask. Keep on asking. What's the use of all these questions? You keep on asking. You got it? And you don't want it. You got it. You refute it. The God is in you. The Buddha is in you, not sitting in the shrine, not in the book, not in the library, not in the master, in the teacher. It's right there. You've got it. You just open it. You open it and you got it. But you still ask, where is it? When you see it with your senses, you lost it. When you don't see it with your senses, you got it. Don't believe in your own senses. Senses are only tools. Tools to get you confused. Why don't you use the tools to get you enlightened? It's just like fire. It can kill you, it can help you. It's right there. Don't ask. So in some Zen master said, shut up and sit. That's what they usually say. So that's the first question. Next question, is true self the observer of thoughts? Who is the thinker behind the thought then? Is true self the observer of the thoughts? Well, I have to think about what you mean by doing that. You said that you have a true self, and you think that is this true self observing your thoughts. That means the self who are producing those thoughts you think are not you. You are observing these thoughts. That's good, because at least you know that the self that is generating all these wandering thoughts is not the real you. You thought that there is something true, there's a true self behind this untrue self, which is watching it. So is true self the observer of thoughts? If you know that you have a true self, and that true self should be observing every thought, you're on your way to enlightenment. But can you be like that? Sometimes when you are generating a thought, you're forgetting about your true self. You're being led into performing that thought. For example, you have an idea in your mind. A thought comes up, you want to do something, but your true self is observing it. And you're asking yourself, is this thought right? I must be mindful. Well, for example, I have a stealing thought. I want to steal. I want to lie. I want to kill. This thought comes up. But the truth self observed it and said, no, I shouldn't be doing it. So in other words, you have a security guard that is watching it. That's good. You're on your way to enlightenment. So it's true self, the observer of the thought. When you think that you have a true self and you're observing the thought, you're seeking the truth. You're seeking peacefulness. You are closer to quote unquote God. You're closer to God than not knowing your true self. But let me ask you, is that true self really you? I was talking to a group of teachers who were lecturing on the mind, and she expressed to me that the problems come when people are conceptualizing. They do everything according to own concepts. And in his lecture, he's suggesting that in everything you do, you should deconceptualize yourself. In other words, all your concept, you should deconceptualize yourself. Your concept of being jealous, your concept of violence, your concept of egoistic, all this concept, you deconceptualize them, then you'll be in a better way. But then I asked the question, if you still have an ego, how can you deconceptualize? Only when you don't have an ego, then there's no conceptualization. You don't have to deconceptualize it. You just get rid of the ego, like in the Diamond Sutra. No more ego, then there's no conceptualization. You don't have to deconceptualize. If you're thinking about you're already doing it. You're already exerting a thought on another thought. And that thought is also illusory. I'm getting too abstract into it. Who is the thinker behind the thoughts then? I remember last year there was someone who said, every morning when you wake up, when you look at the window, you're brushing your teeth, and you look at the mirror and said, is that really you there? So who is the thinker behind the thoughts? You're looking at yourself at the mirror and you said, is that really me? Who is the thinker behind, who is the real person behind that person who is standing in front of the mirror? If you're thinking about that, I think you're closer to enlightenment than not thinking about it. All right? I don't want to get too much involved into that question. In one of your lectures on Sutra of Eight Realizations, spoken by the Buddha, you talk about impermanence. You said that eventually the universe will come to end by contraction. Did I say the universe will come to an end by contraction? What exactly do you mean by contraction? Is the scientific definition of contraction? What is the definition of contraction? I can't recall that I said the world will come to an end by contraction. But I said everything, if it is matter, will be subject to disintegration at a certain point in time. Because being will become non-being. Non-being will become being again. So it's all in the cycle. It's impermanent. So would it end by contraction? I don't recall that I said that. If we would like to help with future expansion projects at the temple such as you discussed before lunch, but cannot help financially, is there anything we can do? There's a lot we can do. Money is not everything. But that leads to the second question, another question. Summer is approaching. Will volunteer tour guides get something before we start? If so, when? I've been talking about it. We want to organize a group of people to do the tour guide manual, to provide training, to come together to talk about it. Have we got a team already? Have we got a team? Have we got a committee that we can organize the tour guide, a tour guide in writing, or the training, or the research about it? We haven't even got a meeting. We haven't got a committee. So, I don't know. Have we?
Yes, we do. People who are interested.
Are there any people who are interested? What's development? I'm asking you now. What's the development of that committee? No further comment? No further action? No meeting? So that's why. It's easy to talk about it. It's easier to ask questions than to practice. I can ask thousands of questions, but why don't we just proceed with it? Why don't some people organize it and tell me, if you come up with a piece of paper and say, I have 20 people here who are interested, and 5 of them would write out a draft on the tour guide, and 7 of them would type out the draft, and 3 of them will actually refine it, 4 of them will seek professional assistance, then we're doing it. It's easy to tell the other guy to do it. I'm waiting. Come on, give me a tour guide. It's easy to say that. You see, I don't know how I can get this temple done if I have that kind of attitude. Come on, build a temple for me. I'm sitting in here. I do everything myself. When I first started, I digged soil, I removed plants, I planted trees, I went up to the roof. I actually went up to the roof to lay tiles for 1 month. I started 7 o'clock in the morning and I finished 9 o'clock every day. At that time, I was working with a company. I don't want to mention the name because you know the name of that big company. And I applied for a 1 month leave of absence without pay. And then I actually went up the roof with the brick tile layers, and I spent the whole month laying roof tiles. I know every piece of the tile, how to lay it. I know it myself. It's 35 feet in height. I was able to run 25 years ago. Now I try to get up and really I got scared. When I look back, that's such a height. But 25 years ago, I was just running on the rooftop. And so you really have to work on it. It's easy to know to ask, when can that be ready for me? When would the tour guide be ready? When would the committee be organized so that I can join it? When would this, when would that? It's easy to ask, to receive. Why don't you give? I want to receive this service of being a person in the committee of the tour guide preparation. I want to receive good tour guide. I want to receive training. I want to, why don't you give? Why don't you create something out of the blue? We created this temple out of the blue, just from a piece of dirt. We roll our sleeves and we actually work. Not just sitting in here and asking. Sorry for that. Next. When we get to vegetarian restaurant, many of them serve chicken soup, fish soup, steak, and all that. Is that okay? We eat it? Chicken soup is just a name. Fish soup, I see what you mean. It's actually not chicken, not fish. They just put the name there. Well, you're not eating the name. You're not. Are you eating the name? It's called chicken soup, but there's no chicken in it. Fish soup, there's no fish in it. So you're not eating the name. So you're eating the food. Make sure that you're not eating the menu, are you? You're eating the food and not the menu. So why you worry about it? Eat it. So, but why do we become a vegetarian? When I first became a vegetarian, this is the way I thought. I don't want people do the dirty job for me. Because there are people, the slaughterhouses, there are people out there who are killing this fish, chicken, ducks, pigs and cows. They're killing these animals for me so that I can get to the supermarket to buy them. Why do I leave this dirty work for other people to do and then I enjoy the food? It's selfishness. They killed it, I didn't kill it, so I can go and buy it. I started to be a vegetarian just on the concept of I don't want to do things that, I don't want to rely on people to do. I don't want to give the dirty job for other people to do so that I can enjoy it. So they kill animals for me and I eat this fresh and I eat this meat. I don't want to do it. they shouldn't be killing for me, so I've become a vegetarian. So if you cannot become a vegetarian, that means you're depending other people to do the dirty work of killing for you. That's not right. That's egoistic. That's selfish.